All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here talking about real music in real time for a half dozen, maybe 2 dozen, I don't know, real people just like you and just like me. Here we are. Steve Perry in the news. Haven't done a Steve Perry update in a while. In the old days, I used to just post videos, Steve Perry update, and people would watch them. The channel wasn't quite as diversified as it is now. But I kind of miss those days in the backyard and the sunglasses and people screaming at me to take the sunglasses off. I really miss those good times that I used to have. In any event, Steve Perry is out there. He's got the #8 Christmas album on Billboard. That's big news, right? 8. He's got 8 songs on the album, so maybe there was something to that. Don't know. But Perry said he put his favorite tracks on there, trying to sort of reinvigorate the classic Christmas era, like the Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole. That's what he's really trying to channel. And I think he does a pretty effective job doing that with the Steve Perry vintage voice, which only seems to get better with age, right, people? Yeah. Depends on your perspective, obviously. If you're looking for some hard rockin' journey music from Evolution or Infinity, that's not what this is, folks. Okay. So, just calm down, but it's still pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It's good enough that people are out there purchasing it. It's also good enough and in a way which obviously gets Steve Perry into the media, into the press. And he is talking about a few other things, which I find to be a little bit more interesting. In one article, he's talking about going down to his San Diego bunker. He said 2 days ago he did that and started looking around at all the sketches and all the songs that he's started already. Some are almost complete, just need to be mixed. The good news is I have too much original material, so many things to finish. I just hope people out there want to keep hearing some new material from me. But I'm going to finish this stuff no matter what. I just don't want to be forcing myself anywhere. See, it's always on Perry's schedule, on Steve Perry's time. He isn't Jeff Scott Soto. Jeff Scott Soto, who, in case you didn't know, used to sing for Journey very briefly, but he's a guy who'll put out like 4 albums in a year, either with his own band, as a solo artist, as part of another band. He will just crank the material out. And, for fans of new music, and new material, at least Soto gives you something to look forward to, I hear Steve Augeri, another former Journey singer, is working on a new solo album, and that'll be a treat because we haven't heard from Steve Augeri in quite some time. Not quite as long as the gap between Steve Perry albums, but, it's good to hear from all these people, and the Steve Perry fans are really thrilled that he's still around. Perry goes on to say, Uncle Steve is no spring chicken here, but I would love nothing more to be than to be on stage again. Yes, we've heard this before. I had such a good time walking on stage with the Eels a few years ago. That's 7 years ago now. That was such a thrill. I do think there's a component of my voice that I can't find unless I'm in front of people. I can sit in the studio and sing the hell out of whatever, but when I'm in front of people, I know they bring something I can't find unless I'm in front of them. I almost get this feeling that my voice belongs to them, and I'm just out there to bring it to them. There's a symbiotic relationship with that. Without them, I can't find it. So I'd love to do that again. So again, furthering the idea that there could be a residency somewhere, although Perry likes to say that he wants to surprise people. He certainly surprised a few people showing up with the Eels. I still to this day don't understand why it wasn't with a band that was a little closer to where Steve Perry is musically, but he seems to be a bit of a rebel, and I think he does that on purpose to give the middle finger to folks who want to put him in a category or want to stereotype him. But I think let me put it this way. I think he's better as a crooner, because that's what he is at this point. He's a song crooner who had amazing range, who still has pretty good range. But really, that's why the Christmas album is working, because Perry is a crooner and people want to hear him croon. So that's my real complicated video about Steve Perry. He says he's got a bunch of material. He's going to finish that material no matter what. And again, he's still contemplating the idea of getting out there live and bringing his voice to the people, because he believes his voice belongs to those people. So kudos to Steve Perry for being humble. But, Steve, we'd like you to put out that material maybe soon. How about 2022? That would be cool. If not, we'll wait until 2024, 2025. And yeah, I don't know. Don't expect anything overnight from Steve Perry. That's what I'm saying. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications for new videos. Smash the bell. And don't forget about Patreon. Had some really nice folks sign up for Patreon yesterday. I like the people who sign up for Patreon who like me, as opposed to those who don't like me, which happens from time to time. But, hey, I'll take anybody's money. The problem is those people tend to leave before the payment goes through. So it's an interesting trick. It's another way to just make me smile. Every single day when people do crazy things, I just smile. And then I go ahead and take my Xanax.